Housing sales are likely to hit an all-time high this year. According to a study by property consultant Anarock, sales could hit 3.6 lakh units in 7 major cities on the back of strong demand, despite hardening of interest rates on home loans as well as increasing property prices. Abhishek Basumallick joining us now from Intelsense Capital. Abhishek, what are you making of the realty sector on the back of the Anarock report? How positive are things looking in terms of rising demand and that interest and demand staying intact for the sector across some of the major metros?
What is happening is multiple factors are playing out together. One is that post-pandemic, I think everyone realized that there is a need for a good living space, whether, so somebody who stays in a, 2-room apartment is probably looking to upgrade to a 3-room one, and so on and so forth. So that is one part. The second is a lot of people were renting out, staying in rented accommodations. Some of them are moving or thinking about moving into a property that they own. So these are not something that happened or that is happening suddenly. I think this is an event which was triggered by COVID because you suddenly got into that phase of of need. So that is one side. The other side is we saw low interest rates, which also helped people make that decision. And I think another factor is that if you see what is happening is again during these last 2.5 years, the income distribution between the people at the top half of the curve, if I may put it that, has not been affected at all. So the rich or the upper middle class have not been really affected, and their expenses have was reduced to an extent because they were staying at home and not too many avenues to spend. So savings was there. And this is in contrast to what has happened at the lower end of the segment, where we are seeing certain amount of stress. If you look at two-wheeler sales, etc., you're seeing some amount of stress at the bottom half of the segment. But at the top half, where even in the real estate, you will find that, more expensive properties are selling out faster.
Yes.
Right. So that is what is happening. So that is the trend overall in the country. Now, real estate is another interesting sector, which is very, very location specific. So a Bombay or a Mumbai market will be different from a Bangalore market, will be different from a Chennai market, will be different from a Calcutta market. So all of these markets behave differently. Even in large cities like Mumbai, micro markets will behave differently, right? So you can't take a real call saying that, okay, I will, you can't take a broad brush call saying that all real estate will do well, because in India, real estate companies have different styles or different geographic concentrations. Some are only residential, some are commercial, some are a combination of the two. So all of these, are mixed together.
Sure. Now, despite the boost in sales, stock performance for the sector has been rather bleak. A few of the realty stocks have underperformed even in the last 1 year. Is there a buying opportunity there?
So, you have to be very clear as to what kind of time frame you're looking at. So one, if you just ignore the stock price performance for a moment, one of the reasons why, even let's say the revenues or the profitability for companies have not come through all that much has been because in the last 1 year, we've seen a huge escalation in input prices. Cement prices have gone up, steel prices had gone up, stone chip prices have gone up, sand prices had gone up. Now we are seeing a moderation in all of these. So obviously, once you start looking 3 months, 6 months down the line, all of this, the numbers will start looking slightly better. So that's one part. Second is, from booking to delivering to the end customer, it takes roughly between 12 months to 18 months for so as for an apartment, for example, to be completed and handed over. So you'll have to give it that much of time. Say last year, the sector actually started picking up. So you'll have to give it a year's time for it to actually fructify in the numbers coming out. Now, in terms of stocks, if you look at, say, a Shobha or a DLF, in the larger cap space. They look quite good to me. In the smaller space, I think maybe an Anand Raj was looking quite interesting. Kolte Patil looks interesting. So different plays across the space are available.
All right, Abhishek, thanks so much for joining us and taking us through all the latest in the realty sector.
If you like the video, do like, comment, share and subscribe.